have a certain discipline and a way to connect with the universe and to bond with other people. There's just something that I find really therapeutic about it. It's healed me from at least 2 or 3 different things that weren't right in my life.
I think that this story would have been impressive had it just been about the run, had it just been about his journey to beat this record and getting to go along the journey with him and see his process and see his struggle. I think that that would have been a beautiful film. But then we add in the element of hearing his backstory and his reason why, and it just takes on a whole new element to the story. It was so inspiring and so impressive to see where he came from, what he's overcome, and watching the physical manifestation of this, of the challenge of his life and him overcoming those barriers. Technically, the film was gorgeous. I mean, these beautiful drone shots, the sweeping landscapes. I think that you couldn't have chosen a more perfect location to run, but also to film. I was engaged the entire time.
It's really spirited. I enjoyed the details of how Patrick and his past was shared through the days that he ran his trail in Lebanon. It was really surreal to listen to his voice describe the obstacles of his past while still visually just taking in and appreciating how disciplined and motivated he was on the trail. As a visual person, I liked the written transitions which separated each day of Patrick's journey. I hoped that they were taken right from his trail notebook. That's the feeling that I got. Landscapes, aerial views, and time-lapse sunrises, they're all breathtaking. It was overwhelming, actually, to see how much support Patrick received on the trail. But he deserves it for everything that he's overcome. The filmmakers were really great at focusing on the emotional response in his eyes. Last thing I noticed is that the sound editors incorporated his breathing into the final mix on the outro. I'll say it again, breathtaking film.
I love the sort of intimate quality of it against this, wide open landscape. There was some beautiful imagery, of course. Just edited really well. There's just really good moments there. Variety too. Obviously 30 minutes of him just running through the wilderness would have gotten tired quickly, so they did a really good job at setting everything up and just telling this man's story, and it is a triumphant one, so it's totally worth checking out.
I loved the audio track that they created of the sound of him running, and it became this steady beat, and the sound of his shoes hitting the pavement or the rock or the mountain was a really cool device, and it made me want to start running, and I do not like running. I really loved getting to follow him on this journey. I did feel like I was one of the crew. And as you travel through the days of him completing this amazing feat, you get to know his past and his struggles of what brought him here, and just the sheer will to live, and the dedication and the discipline of fighting an addiction, going through hardship, and getting to almost master your body and your mind through this work. Even the sound of the lungs just really connected to the idea of our physical body and what we can do, what we are capable of, and the concept of being alive and pushing yourself.
I love the parallel of when he was talking about his younger self and how he would hike and stuff, and how now he still loves to spend so much time in nature. It really helps to see where your passion and your dedication comes from when you do reflect back on your childhood. It was really hard and heartbreaking to hear about his long-term injury that affected him, but it was beautiful and admirable to hear how he took that pain and all the suffering that happened and helped push his passion, which is now running. We got to see a lot of beautiful visuals of the nature that he spends a lot of time in, so I also enjoyed that. And the ending was very satisfying because we learned that his attempt was successful and he was able to make a new record. So for that, I really enjoyed this film.
Getting to watch this was really, really interesting for me. I know about ultra running. It's not something personally I ever think I'm going to do, because running hundreds of miles in the span of a week does not sound super fun for me. But the discipline and the drive and the huge accomplishment that people that do ultra runs have to have is something I definitely appreciate. Where they were filming was absolutely beautiful and not something that I would have easily been exposed to before, so that was really special to get to also be kind of immersed in the same area or the same things that he was experiencing. I loved that they did it as he went, that it was documenting the entire process. It wasn't just after he completed it and then they went back and filmed a bunch of stuff. I really liked that you did get to see how some days were harder, some days felt better, some days unexpected things happened. So all of that was really nice to see because it was very real.
When we see the topic of running, be it in a documentary, a film, television, there's often this subtextual idea of getting away from something. But what we really see with the incredible perseverance of the man that is the center of this documentary, what we really see in his story is someone truly running towards something, not away from it. Though he's had this difficult past of health issues, drug use, he is not running away from it all. He's really addressed it. He's accepted those flaws and pitfalls in his life, and he has picked himself up from them and been able to be a father, be a husband, and pursue his dreams. So we see the running not as a way of escape, but as a tool used to allow oneself to circumvent all of these difficult things that have occurred in their life.